All right, what's up, everybody? Let's get right into it on a Tuesday. Double shot Tuesday. What's going on? Let's get right to, I guess, news of the day. Bitcoin at 71,000. What does that mean? I think it's big, and I think it's exactly the kind of action you want to see within this 30 bar window we talked about last week. So, ears up, eyes open. Let's get ready for some Bitcoin harmonic pattern action. What's going on, Vlad, Cactus Leo, Victoria, David, Carthago, Joshua, LC, Market, Charcuterie Poppy, J Darts, everyone else. What's going on? Great to see you guys. Welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend. We are here Tuesday, Thursday. Harmonic Pattern Podcast, 12:30. Get with harmonictrader.com. That's where it all begins. Register now as a basic member. Go over to your basic member resource page and get with the software, folks. TradingView. That's where the place to start. Why? Because it has the best data feeds. It's the easiest to set up. It's what I principally work off of. But we have other platforms. These are more for, I think, execution, but they're very good. MetaTrader 5 is excellent for crypto. Check it out, all free. Free trials. Take all the frees. If you're not with us, just basic sign up. Email gets you started, and then we'll dive into the software, the patterns. Don't forget, June 21, crypto webinar part 4, our 4th installment in the last year of crypto harmonic pattern strategy for this cycle, June 21st. Anybody that owns the software, you can join us. Just contact me on Discord or send me an email at harmonictrader@gmail.com. Okay, let's get to the Bitcoin situation. It's a big deal. Just because there's a bearish pattern up there doesn't necessarily mean it's bearish, but beautiful chart, right? Beautiful pattern. Looks like this short-term non-confirmation reaction wants to push up into the zone. And I would say, the fact that we're back at 71K, not a surprise. We're looking for that 75K hop test immediately. And what do we want to see? Is a failure. And I talked about that too. Harmonic patterns are great on both sides of the equation. For bearish patterns with targets within strong uptrends can give us plenty of opportunities. Maybe in some instances better than a bullish situation, because we get this. We get a type 1 reaction. That's all it is, non-confirmation. That's also the way we treat those situations. If you got non-confirmation, you're probably just dealing line to line, level to level reaction. So absolutely great stuff. If you wanted it to fail here and now, this is exactly what we should be doing. And we should bypass the 71,000 without really pressing it. Maybe we pause here as we hit 70,903 because that's the XA level. But this is already wanting to push up into the larger zone. Where is it? Hold on. So it looks like this. This 30 bar, 30-day window is, all you need to ask yourself is what's happening within that 30 bar window. Beyond that 30 bar window, the pattern loses its strength. So we look at it that way. And I would say legitimate reaction off of that pattern. That's a typical terminal bar type 1 retest. You went down for a few days, sideways. We never hit target 1 at 66. That's actually, I would consider that even stronger in these type of situations. Let's just deal with this structure in the last 6 weeks. But we're going to push this hop level 75K And I would think that 75K is something that happens in the next 2 weeks. I'm looking for things to happen now, guys. The time is up. Time is up. Our time waiting anymore? Over. So any major pullbacks, and we're going to look at a bunch of patterns where they're there right now. So get ready. What's up, crew? Stragglers coming in. Rodrigo, Spoon, Greg, Mystic Ken, Zeke, Sonic, Vegas. Hey, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Yet short. We'll look at the miners. What's up, Greg? Yeah, we'll look at Core Scientific. Let's look at, listen, Riot Blockchain. We know that's a big opportunity right now. Talked about that with my crew yesterday. Also, things like Mara, CleanSpark, you know, the same old characters. They're in the major zones waiting for liftoff. So Bitcoin here, looking great. The other consideration that we talked about last week was this, or 3 weeks ago now, geez, 2 weeks ago, I guess last week when it was really relevant, 2 Tuesdays ago, this HSI is acting like just straight off continuation. And remember we were down here, I was looking for a retest to 69, 68.8, 69 off of that candle retest. That was 69.3. And you're there and beyond, and you want to see it fail now. This week, and this is a big number, okay? Any close above 72,000, folks. I think I will bump up my moon launch level. Where does the acceleration resume? 3-bar breakout? Yeah, always a good one. Check it out, though. We haven't really had a 3-bar breakout. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nope, not that candle. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that candle. Not impressive, but definitely legitimate 3-bar action. Usually when you break out of a 3-bar range, you're going to see some further move. And that's what's going on here. I want to clear this high. Clear that high, 72K, with a really nice close above 72K. Then I outlined it yesterday. You're in this zone here, 75. Okay, is the hop level immediate for this current 6-week development? You know, a little reaction, come on back, and there's the all-time high. I'm of the opinion that Bitcoin's there, folks, for the acceleration now, and we can be projecting a crab action magnet move. We usually just call it bat action magnet move, but you have a deep crab here. We're going to take out that B point. That's why 72 is so important, to give us the formation and beginnings of our next 1618 extension minimum. You go to 84. I'm really comfortable with that. If we can get the breakout sooner, like let's say we're above 75,000, we do some nice move this week. I'll be booking that for the end of the month. We're really close to opening up, kind of freeing ourselves of this consolidation phase that started way back in March. Also, just for a quick review, these patterns down here at 61K, 59K, they might become legend. They just might end up being the lows that were swept for the last time, and then we're ready to go and do some 6-figure action off of that consolidation range. I think it's all there. You know, I'm not, you guys know how I've felt about this correction, this pause. And I do think people got jumpy, and it's not about being too bullish. It's just about reading the framework and allowing enough time. Listen, if we were up at this prior high, the initial high at 72K, and it was like day 5 or day 10, I'd say you probably have more time to go. Okay, but you're here, and now we're 2 months out. that's more than enough time. 1 month down, 30 days down, 30 days back. Even in the first 30 days of that, it was a typical little reaction move, bounce for a secondary test, and now let's work it out. Let's get going up into this part of our zone. So nothing changes. Our long-term outlook, which we'll update those big levels in our webinar on the 21st. And we'll update that portfolio that we started way back in December. And then, make some adjustments, develop a T-coin portfolio. So, and we'll talk about some T-coins today, because those T-coins and really the T-coins, again, it's kind of a joke. Okay. But the T-coins are under $1 billion market cap typically. We're really looking for those that are less than $1 billion, 100 million, couple 100 million, that are ready to go to $1 billion or a few billion market cap to get us these 5x, 10x, 20x moves. There's a lot of them, and there's a lot with ideal patterns hitting right now. Some of the crazy meme names recently, like check out Brett. It's just, where are you, Brett? Where's your shark? Was it all the way down? Oh, it was on a daily. Let me come back here. Things like these obscure meme coins. This is what I'm talking about. If I can get the right chart. Where'd you go? There it was, the shark down here. 3 cents. 3 cents, folks. It was a perfect one too. See, this is why I recommend everyone gets the software, because let alone what we're encompassing are many concepts all at once. It took years, if not like decades, to get to this level of understanding with the patterns, but always reaction. T1 a T1 dollar sign, T2, then a dot. That's the recipe we're looking for on our major levels. We prefer this with a daily oversold, 4-hour patterns. In this case, it was daily pattern, daily oversold, and just consolidates. Again, ask yourself, what's going on 30 days later? 30 days within that window, that's constructive, and that's what we're looking for on a whole slew of T coins right now. Yeah, Mr. Ken, you're reading my mind. Bonk is in that territory, and check out what it did. Bonk's a big bat pattern. Now, again, another, this is whatever, pure speculation, crypto speculation at its best. But just so that, we're clear, we're just applying framework. We're applying really discipline by lining up these, real precise entries, looking for the type 2. Now, today is really just day 1. So we're going to get HSI as today on the close. So 3 millionths of a penny, 3.215 millionths of a penny. I think that's right. I had to go review some of my 7th grade math algebra for proper pronunciation on these millionths and thousandths of a penny. I'm probably not even right on that. Regardless, T1, you go T1 to T1 dollar sign. We'll look for something here. We are daily oversold, and this would set you up for a return move. So maybe by Thursday, and there's a dot on the 4-hour. So eyes on that one, just because that meme stuff has been running really well. And a few more that, sure, we're going to look at Gala. Before I jump over there, let me just update like Ethereum, some of the big boys. I think Ethereum, we're going to go back and we're going to look at this daily situation here. You've got a shark on the Binance feed. Does that mean anything? It's something I'm watching, but we're also, remember, 30 days. Many of these set up where you're started the 30-day back over right on the 21st of May. So, many of you know that I've mentioned the seasonal equinoxes, June 21, Sep 21, and they have worked out as just a general timing inflection where we see a change in whatever the predominant price action is that preceded it, looking for a change. So the 21st, we're looking for something to happen, or at least after the 21st, stuff to happen. Let this, for Ethereum, kind of wash out all the stuff from 2880. I think this is just a pause. I'll tell you, if we had a shark to 5.0, this is not out of the question, even with Bitcoin where it is. Let's say we had a shark to 5.0 at 3330. That would probably be the launch pad. I mean, by definition, you get something like that, and then you start to put it together where you get something like this. We're looking for that kind of W construction. Give me a C point to launch off of for Ethereum. Maybe 1618, or even, yeah, that's an 886. So we would have we're looking for this consolidation to end, come on in, and then set up the launch, not only to retest all-time highs, 886 all-time, looks like this, because we're not there yet, but, probably pierce the prior all-time high. So looking good. What's up, Marcus? MagaCoin. Where do you buy MagaCoin? Where do you guys get some of those? Like what exchange? Because I'm not on them for those, and I really need to be. I mean, I think someone was saying MEXC before, and then maybe KuCoin. We have that problem where we have people that want to protect us, so we are not allowed on certain exchanges because we're all a bunch of idiots not knowing what the hell we're doing, right? So, God forbid we should want to speculate in some meme coin crypto craziness, but whatever. I'm open to hear though, where you guys buy MagaCoin and TrumpCoin and stuff like that. Again, no statement of political affiliation here. I haven't voted in 30 years. A lot of people give me garbage about that. It's just how I roll. It's just my thoughts. Uniswap, love it. Ready? We talked about Uniswap recently. Massive weekly, ready to go. Look, every time it's under $9, look for the opportunity. We just got HSI. I've talked about this many times. I think this is, believe it or not, the start of a major higher low. There's one. I mean, this is all basing. Higher low at a 618, and then can we at least go back to T1? It's there. Coinbase wallet is good for MAGA and Free Trump. Why do you just switch those over? Yeah. You guys just transfer those into I'll have to look at that. Although I'm not disclosing what brokers I'm on anymore. I got to tell you guys that, yeah, I definitely was hacked. And, I've had to make more changes with what I'm doing. I basically had to shut down all of my credit, any open credit cards. People are trying to open up credit cards under my name. It's crazy. Be careful out there. Really be careful. And folks that are trading with crypto on your phone, I would really rethink that. If you're out in the public and you're looking at you're accessing your crypto account and you're in public, please just take heed. Really take heed. I would monitor your stuff, monitor your charts on TradingView, and yeah, Harmonic Pattern Collection works on the cell phone too. So check that out. A couple more that I feel are, we want opportunities that are happening right now. So here's something. I just restarted a position this morning. Here's Scale. We're checking back on the weekly, but check out the daily here. We're down here 7.7 was the minimum. We're now underneath here. I would say as low as like 6.8, but we're in that zone. Check this beautiful creature out. Really nice. It's a T2, go to target 2. That's how we handle that. Fraud is crazy today. It is crazy these days. You really need to think about it. It's, you know, I bought the credit monitoring systems, and if you guys ever run into that problem, you can actually freeze your credit reports so no one can open up any new credit, including yourself. That's what I've literally done. So any of the scammers that are listening to me, first of all, F off, and second of all, my stuff's shut down. So you're not getting anything. I'm done operating in that regard. Here's Celestia, guys. We're down at 8, perfect shark. It's a little late on this, but I'm going to see if we can get a pullback. We're coming off this daily oversold, and we have a couple of 4-hour patterns here at 10:38. Maybe we can get that return move back up to the hop. The daily numbers for Celestia are like 1437, and I think that's where we go. So get that on your radar. A couple others that are starting to move. Things that, you know, I feel like they've started. They're going to make bigger moves here. Here's the ordinals. I saw the Ponds is in here. What's up? Mitch Ray in the house too. Lieutenant Ponzi's in the house. Man, we got a great crew today. What's going on? Mitch, you feeling better? Hope so. Hype for Mitch Ray and hype for the Ponds, Lieutenant Ponzi as well. You guys have been just, I mean, those two guys, if you're not following Mitch Ray, please get on with his crew, and also Lieutenant Ponzi on Twitter. These guys are throwing up beautiful, just beautiful technical work all around. Here's ordinals, guys, coming off of this hop level. There's a couple of pointers from this. Okay, a lot of people talking about this one. I'm interested in the hop here, 39.70, and then we had a bat right off the low. I mean, now trading 54, but this has done the interesting kind of type 1, and now we go for a type 2 reaction where can we get something like this? Come on. So there's the type 1 bearish pattern, barely getting to target 1. Okay, now what I'd want to see with ordinals is to blow through the 55 level. It's not there yet, but believe me, acceleration on this is like 56. And you get from here, target 2 is still valid, you know, 75. And I think this is another one of these that, look where it is. Look where we are after the halving. This is a different creature than a lot of those old legacy crypto assets. You know, massive pre-halving move. And now what you're looking for is what I would say is just a second wave of this, where you start from here, you know, do a big A to B move, come on down to it. It's really a 618, and then do a 1618. Okay, that's why I was saying with a lot of these that haven't broken out of their ranges or aren't even at 382 ranges, probably don't have as much possibility as something like this. Okay, couple more. What do you guys want to look at here? I see that. Absolutely. SEI, I like that one. I was just looking at that this morning. SEI is another one. That's like that Ondo. Lieutenant Ponzi was all over that Ondo. Way to kill it, man. Here's SEI. Couple of daily oversolds. Beautiful. And then 4 hours. Daily oversold, 4-hour patterns. 4 hour. It's a type 2. coming on in. Almost got there. Not perfect, but close. 45 is the number, but really close. And there's a couple others that are like this. Before we go all the way here, we got Engine Coin. Talk about in the zone, trading in the zone. Big shout out to Mark Douglas for everything he did for me. I'll tell you, that guy was one of a kind. And that's where I got the whole, the zone thing. When I met Mark Douglas, he was writing trading in the zone. And I was looking at levels, but his trading in the zone stuff was what really got me thinking about levels, zones more than levels. Measure a zone, measure an area, then pinpoint within that zone. That's what's going on Engine Coin. Take a look. We're right back for the retest. Perfect completion, arrow, dot, go. But what happens? You run into a counter HSI. That's okay. Just going to take more time. I'm looking down here. Dare I say, come back and retest that little dot area, which is, what is that? The open of that is like 28.37. Maybe a cent and a half lower, but anything under 30, you're clear for takeoff on this one to start the position. Look at where HSI is. Deep, deep down. Waiting for that to come out. Once that does, we know that inflection is imminent. A couple others. The Ponds wanted to look at, was it this one? Arc block? Or no. It was Aptos, because I saw that one too, man. That was a good one. I had a couple I had ApeCoin. Here's Aptos, API 3 starting to work. Was it Aptos? Or was it ARB? There he is, ARB. That's right. ARB. Well, Aptos down here at 9. Let me just kind of finish up on this stuff. Daily oversold. Some 4-hour patterns are certainly here. Where are my 4-hour patterns? I had a whole bunch of patterns right at $9. And it's a 50% haircut. Great, love it. Daily oversold levels down here. Oh, I see. It's kind of tough to catch it, but it is related to this butterfly. I remember there's some patterns. I thought it was 9. It's really 837, which you already hit some dots. I like it. Here's API 3. Remember this stuff? And this is kind of a follow-up to all of those patterns from a few weeks ago or more that they've held. They did their big run up, and this is an amazing opportunity because you're at 5, you went to 2, 60% pullback, confirmation all over the place. Okay, we're back-to-back patterns now, so nothing yet, but I'm going to show you some that have set up, like Scale. They're all about to kind of do this return move, or at least reactive move, and get yourself going again. Here's one of those, which is all in the A's. Axie Infinity. Remember, we were saying this 2 months ago, 665. We're over 8, just taking its time, getting up there. Look, this is one that's kind of fishing the lows, and that's okay. You're baselining down here. 665 is the level. We're just looking for $11, but that's a great move, and that's a double. But this is different than, ordinals is a different creature than this thing, because look, we're not even at a 382. This is what I'm talking about, of expectations off of the last cycle. So where's the 382 on something like this? And you can do this with any crypto, especially the older ones that have been around for a few years. Look, we're not even at a 382. That would be 75. That's different than, say, like Solana, perfect. You know, Solana hanging in here at 170, 168. And remember, what do we got? It's these sharks. A ton of patterns at the low. More important than that prior pattern is the immediate HSI. That little check back, or that signal that happened at 138. Listen, we should not take out this bar. You could have a chance. We're really in between. If we can break out now, Solana's going straight to 238. If we come back, probably a few more weeks, and your last opportunity is 138. So just stay with it. I know a lot of people jumped in at those lows, and well done. You know, 10 to 200, now 170. Just, you're going to have to sit in there. Because we really are trying to get ourselves ready for the second half of what's to come. Any patterns daily, 4-hour, weekly signals, I think are potential launch pads from here. Someone wanted to look at SHIB. There's the weekly on SHIB. It's not as nice as some other things that have triggered. Even on the daily, you're back down here trying to get oversold one more time. So, you know, it's the meme coin thing has been has not all been equal. They've basically, you know, depending on where you're at, usually one of the off-market meme coins have worked. I'll show you a couple that the lesser T coins that have worked. Here's this spell. Brought that up at 0.8 tenths of a 8 hundredths of a penny, 7.747. So we got to 1/10 of a cent. And now we're going to see, is this going to come all the way back? I took a little profits up here at the 130 level. I'm watching this. I did take some profits, though. I wanted to be like a third of what I had. And we'll just let it ride. I wanted to roll into some other things, too. Didn't want that to take too much time. But that one is, I think it's got potential. We'll see. And then a couple of those others. What do you guys have? We got that SHIB. Oh, yeah. No, Celestia Caspa. Remember that? Right at 9 cents or something? Starting to make the move. And I would kind of circle back to these set. Oh, look at that thing. It's up even more now. Caspa. Beautiful. There you go. Daily was oversold, but we had patterns there. We had some patterns right there. Come on. Was it crypto? There it was. Yeah, it was on MEXC. It was a bat at 10.9 cents. Okay, working out. Blew through target one. It's not an easy read. How do you know if something's going to give you a reaction? Like I'm looking at Spell. I don't know if that's going to go to T2 or not, but we paused there. I'll take a little bit off. But here on Caspa, you hit T1, you get the designation, but no yellow dot, and you maintain the uptrend. I think a lot of people would just blindly stay into that. And if you did, congratulations. But I'm always going to take some profit off. You go from 11 to 14 cents. You're talking almost a 50% move in a very short period of time. Mentally, you gotta peel some off. The other thing I brought up last time were some of the new listings on Coinbase. I talked about Carrot, and look at this thing. Look at this. It's on Coinbase. Couple of yellow dots last week. Where was the we had something right at the low though. Maybe it was an hourly. Yeah, 70 cents. And I recommend that, listen, there's going to be a rush of liquidity that goes into these new listings on Coinbase. It's great if you're long it on another exchange and then you're able to catch it. Here's another one, Drift. protocol, Gartley there. But it was a 4-hour. Hold on one of the other markets. This is another one though. Anybody can help me out with this. Any little side info, I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to get the one with the most data feed. I know this is relatively new though for most of the exchanges. I'm looking at that the same way I was looking at Carrot. Couple more. There is a lot of opportunity, my man. ZRX, absolutely, Daniel. I like that. ZRX, that's a fresh idea. Is it XR? No. Actually, it is ZRX, but there XTZ is another one. Ox. Really? Ox is at 50 cents? I haven't looked at this in a long time. There's the 4-hour, beautiful 4-hour patterns. I like that. Did we register daily oversold? Yeah, I remember this. Wow, that thing really did rocket first half. I like this. Who said that again? Daniel? Nice. Look at this bat pattern, folks. 45 cents. You get a yellow dot, you're free to fire away. That's really nice. ZRX, I like that. And down in that area as well, how about Tezos? Talk about old school. Look at this pattern. I said, look at this pattern. Come on. I have a big pattern here. This is the thing about these, the exchange is slightly different. Slight different data is going to give us different results. So I'm always going to have 3 listings, Binance, Coinbase, and something else. This is at 89 cents. Nice crab pattern. Weekly oversold here. Definitely triggered. 90 cents is the big number here. I like that. You got a whole bunch. 30 seconds on the worst performing, or probably the most disappointing crypto asset there is, XRP. You gotta have to be patient. It's a buy, but you're just gonna have to sit on it and marinate in that position for a while to get that thing to move. What's gonna move this? Probably the ETF news. And if you don't think the New York guys aren't going to be in there to run that, once they get the early inside info that they have those channels to, they're always they get the information first. So let's not play games. They do. You see that thing pop? It should start to move. 3-bar breakout on the weekly is above 55 cents. So that's where things start. You'll bang around there for a while. Things will start above 55. You don't have to chase it. Couple more. I've been talking about this Kusama because weekly has turned around to the upside and daily's got big patterns right here. Right at 20s. Oh, there. And yesterday we got HSI. Beautiful stuff. I mean, that's, for me, this is the kind of opportunities I want to line up, and then give me 4-hour oversold. Now that was down here at 27. Can we get another one to set up? I'm not saying chase it this second, but these are the ones that are developing on the daily, coming off the lows. I don't know BVM, Imar. What is that? BVM network. See, you're on the MEXC again, or Polonix. BVM, MEXC, let's see. Okay, hop level, big crab extended, 140, you're right there. All the way back down, daily oversold yet? Daily oversold, 4-hour pattern. I don't really have a daily oversold. I have a 4-hour pattern, but I don't have too much daily oversold. I will look at that. Come back to it. Here's Lido on Coinbase. 4-hour, where is the Maybe it wasn't Lido. Great pattern though. Type 1. Kind of reminds me of Spell. Maybe we come back to 175 one more time. We want these to be confirmed. Listen, if we are anticipating a disproportionate move in the next 6 months to a year, more like 6 months, all right, things are going to start to shape up where in an ideal harmonic world, and I like to live in that, I try to live in an ideal harmonic world with, despite everything going on, even if it's in the first, the 3 feet in front of me, I would want to see this. I would really want a retest at 175 with confirmation. So many of these have done that are there. I mentioned Scale. Here's one that's still working itself out. Internet Computer, ICP, 11.3. Just hasn't done anything, but this is the kind of crypto that will pop off for a few days, come back to reality, pop off again, and I'm just waiting for that to pop off. Couple more. Short, what's up? What's going on, Prez? MND. How'd you hold up last week, Prez? You okay? After last week? Everything's going to be fine. Mind. Can't really do anything with that. It's 7 cents. We definitely need some volume, guys. Definitely need volume in these. Couple more. Magic from the Ponds wants to look at this. That's on Coinbase. Didn't that have something down here? I thought this had something at, where was it? It was 70 cents. But what I like about this, and is the thing I talked about last time of what we want to see, is a breakout of this downtrend. A lot of your patterns are still here trying to bust out. Okay, this is a little better along. I would look for Magic, maybe come back, give us another signal around 80, 76, and then get going. That's a first thrust move. I like it. And you bring it back here. Look at what the history is. A lot of these, and that's new on Coinbase, so I like that. I want new stuff on Coinbase. I want to be following that for obvious reasons where, people are going to jump in on new listings and they're not going to care. They will FOMO and you'll get a nice pop up. That's really, we've seen that on, Ondo did that. You were in front of that, Pons. It was like this. You were the one that actually showed me Ondo. Ondo now 140. That was 60 cents, 75 cents on our last trigger all the way back there. And this one had some, where is it? That was brand new. Wow. Man. Really nice. Couple of bearish patterns, but I would just look for that to be a pause. 147, that's probably it for now. If Ondo comes back to like 125, that's your next entry. Oh, here's one. OGN, guys. I've brought this up previously. Did you do a pump? Here it is. Daily oversold left and right. All of that was like 14 cents. And I'm looking for this to go all the way back, retest the highs. You're 15 now. Daily was oversold. 4-hour patterns I thought were right here. 14 cents. Come on. That's OGN. It was a small pattern. Come back to that one. I do like that though. OGN. Yeah, you had some patterns at 14, 13. Oh, here's another one. Not on anyone's radar. I don't have a big position, but I have a position in this. Harmony 1. This is like that group of meme patterns. And it's 2.2 cents, but that's not what we're playing for. We're playing for development and looking for I think another 1618. You know, go up there and at least 3.3, but really this needs to be a continuation. Only problem is that you go back, look at the prior history. Okay. Long way to go. Long way to go, but this would be something you truly speculate on for a 10x. Get this thing to go to 20 or 30 cents. I'll show you another one I brought this up last time and it's doubled. Jasmy. Look at this now, was over 4. Ooh, 420, guys. 4.2 cents. If that's not a sign for you degenerates, look at that. Okay, this is what daily oversold, and then the 4-hour patterns has been our recipe. So we had some back here. And it just took it was a bat pattern. Just as 1.6 cents. Now 4.2. But what's the recovery range possibility? Again, you see a chart, you see a crypto chart like this. How do you know where it's going to go? Like, what are the real possibilities? Well, if we're growing in kind of a harmonic, we're assuming harmonic properties, harmonic possibilities, that's a T coin, folks. 99% decline. It was under $1 billion market cap. What are the possibilities? All-time 382. 13, 14 cents. Okay, if we get another 4-hour trigger, I'll definitely want to jump on this because just technically, that's a beautiful super base. First thrust consolidation, second thrust, let's go. Let's go. I think 8 or 9, very likely. Because when these things start to move, which is we're looking for acceleration phase, you know, that's where we want to jump it. There's others. There's plenty others. Yeah, we talked about Kusama. Yeah, how about, yeah, DYDX. I haven't looked at that in a while. Has that come off that base? DYDX? No, but we have a yellow dot. Weekly yellow dot. So you have my attention starting Sunday night. Why? It won't be official until Sunday night, but you have my opinion. You have my attention. And then, oh, look, patterns looking left, 180. I think that's beautiful. I'd rather see and pursue those that are trending, that have done a move already. This might take more time, but you know, it is what it is. A couple others. Here's Phantom. And this is something we've brought up in the past. Got daily oversolds here. There is the daily dot. That's a big deal. 4-hour patterns were down there at 60. 60. Where'd you go? Maybe that wasn't it. Maybe it was Gala. But there, oh, it was down here. Big shark. And now another shark. Back-to-back shark. 76. Gala was another one. And I think Gala, you know, that threat, retracement threat from 7 or 6 to 4. Now starting it's to do something here. And there you go. Big bat pattern. Look at how this is all bunched up. I'll take off the patterns in a second. But you know this thing is just coiling, getting ready. 5.4 is target 1 off that shark. That's where we go in Gala. Absolutely. And then you have the weekly, or you have daily dot, you have weekly HSI. This is all good stuff. If we are truly developing a solid base and looking for that next thrust move, it should start right here. And all of that's like right at 4 cents. Okay, another one though, this is different than those others that have been moving. Looks like this. There you go. All-time 382. What's possible for Gala? Just pull up the all-time 382. That's 33 cents. And that's how we should treat those. Love Brave token. But another one that won't do anything until I think the rest of it really opens up. Here's BAT. BAT had something here. A couple patterns, I think 22 cents. There's a dot, daily dot. And this is a lot like Chili's. Just not going to move until we get Bitcoin to really fire. BAT is a really nice a BAT pattern in Brave Basic Attention Token. In BAT, that's 22 cents. I'll keep my eyes on that because that's a 4-hour type 2 pattern in development, and that would be a nice spot. Check out, oh, it moved. I haven't looked at Balancer in a little while. Balancer is this. It's another, you got to go back, but check out the deep crab and Balancer. XA 335 is scraping it, so you're at $4 right now. Looking down there, maybe under 4, anywhere under 4, that should be your lows. I noticed that, and then some of these Bs, Badger, and you do have patterns looking left. Yeah, that rather big pattern. You know, you have a pattern there. It's not the best, but we have triggers now. $4. Target one is 29. I don't know if that's realistic or not, but there are some things there that just happen. You're reacting. Probably better opportunities. A couple more that I want to highlight. Things that I think are starting to move. So let's go to COTI. Okay, COTI, another Gartley. COTI. I mean, this was 3 cents last year. It went to 30. Massive retracement, 65, 70% to 10. And now we're starting to move. So, and that's a Gartley. Look. Like that. And notice how we bang here at 10.4 cents a few times. 1, 2, 3, and start going. What about 4-hour triggers? Give me something on a 4-hour. Yeah, there's the last dot. Right around 13. I like that. It's your back-to-back patterns here, but I think this is another one where you're not afraid of the bearish pattern. Let's see if it does a pause sideways, but then we start to go. The other one is Cartesi. I think that's already moved. It was 18. It was like this on the daily. Yeah, I'm going to watch out on this one because maybe we come back for the 18-cent retest. That's already moved. Some of these have already moved. Someone wanted to look at Super. Sure. Super Farm. Doesn't that have this should have a pattern. Daily oversold for sure. 4-hour time frame was, I thought that was like 90 cents. We had something, yeah, at $1, 95 cents, something like that. Taking its time, but for Super, you're just looking for that downtrend breakout. It's already happened. You know, we can go there, or we really could go there and say this is the back test. So I'm okay on that one. Sure. We just looked at Badger, guys. I can look at Prime, Echelon Prime, which is another one. Who's the guy that put me onto those? That guy, Alex Becker. He's pretty knowledgeable X guy on X who deep into crypto. Anybody know him? Follow him? It's a pretty funny guy, but he's put me onto stuff like that. Echelon Prime. A lot of the stuff he was talking about long time ago. Looks like Prime looks like this. And it did have a lot of patterns. Remember? Gartley on the 4-hour. We had a couple of moves. I mean, beautiful triggers back up, but where's the daily? That's what it was. The daily. So this is another, it's easy to dismiss this pattern because you say, what's so special about this pattern? Well, it's after the massive move. You have a pullback, 50%, 60% pullback. That's what you want to see. You know, it's like Bitcoin before it did its big move. It had a few 50, 60% pullbacks before it even went above 10,000. And with these other T coins, that's no surprise. Prime is, 15 bucks. 15 bucks. And you're not looking for, well, you are looking for T2 because that is our desired objective, but you're looking for the continuation just to skyrocket from there. Come on, I can't see it. Hold on. So we get one more retest of the 15-12 area. I wouldn't expect much more than that. We go from there to here, but then I would really look for a retest of the highs. If we are where we're supposed to be, which is we're starting the second half of the disproportionate gains crypto is supposed to bring to us. Between now, I wouldn't even say a year. I'm thinking like, I'm thinking like 8 months, 9 months. Here's Parsec, guys. Super T coin. What's so special about this? Back-to-back patterns. 4 cents off the hop. Really sweet. But now you have HSI. It's more like 11 off of this continuation structure to get you to at least 18, 19 cents. I can deal with that. Yeah, it's not super sexy 10x, but looking for recovery bounce on this. Hey, Hot Boxing, that's a great statement. He says the pattern is there to help you manage your risk and not be a crystal ball. It's a signpost of future price action. It is a framework of levels to shape your decisions. Depending on what pattern, where you are within that pattern, it definitely helps to shape expectations. Here's perfect one, Sandbox. Sandbox, what do we have here? It's a type 2, 43 cents of the bat with another butterfly, clearly holding firm here. Doesn't seem to be doing much, but that's okay. I'm looking for 54 cents now, if not more like 58 off the bat. But your patterns, yes. Daily oversold, definitely. You probably have better patterns on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, there you go. 42 cents, and it's a perfect T2. Quick little educational strategy tip. Okay, this is what makes a T2, guys. When you go up, okay, when you have the reaction, you go to T1, and then you come back down. That is type 2. Why? Because the pattern is first and foremost that signpost. Yield sign is a better way to think about it, where kind of the natural dynamics of what's happening here has to have an inflection to resolve this big down move. This down move is just an overextension of the average trading behavior, and we see that recover usually to that T1 382 level. But this is where the magic starts to develop when you retest and confirm the low. Initial low followed by a secondary retest is what defines support. Same deal on resistance. Hope that helps. Couple others. I want to jump over to stocks. Nasdaq's been chopping around all day. I kind of gave up on it around 10:30 this morning. Just not, I want to see stuff happen here. I don't want to chop around 30 points at a time. I'll get to that in a second. But let's quickly go to the total index and then look at some of those internet monsters. Total 1, looking like this. Eeh. Look at that on the 4 hour. 2.56. The daily, the weekly even was better. 2.56. We have the same pattern that we saw in Bitcoin, but what's going on here? A lot of consolidation. And I will say this to help clarify it in terms of what the expectations are. For every pattern, no matter what the time frame is, where you are in the chart, downtrend, uptrend, we're always looking for first reaction. So T1 designation, that's the type 1 move, terminal bars established, and we usually see a price action phenomenon. Okay, the biggest deal is create the window. So just like what we saw with Bitcoin, come on, where is it? There you go. We're going to do a 30 bar window. And I don't know, I don't know at this point if we're going to get a full type 1 or if it's going to be more. But I am expecting when I see that T1 designation, especially a dot, where there's going to be a pause, sideways move to T1. And then on the corresponding return move, that's where things can really shape up. If this doesn't go anywhere within 30 bars and we find ourselves higher or trending above the levels, then we know that's just a reaction within the predominant trend, which is up. Okay? That's a big deal. Basic understanding of how patterns unfold goes a long way to understanding, what's possible. What can I expect? Couple others. Let's get total 3. Total 3s like this. More about the weekly with HSI right there at 653. Now 692. And you have patterns looking left, what we're expecting. And this is another situation where perfect pattern, scrapes the hop, go to T1, okay, sideways. Then what happens is that consolidation up here becomes HSI, bullish, saying, hey, I want to go back up. Hey, this consolidation that happened over the last many weeks is just that. It's just a pause. Even if we go from T1 designation or any of the major levels that get generated, what happens in the 30 bar window? This is weekly. Keep doing that. Hold on. So I would look at it like this. There's T1, 30 bar window would put you all the way to here. You don't have to wait that long, but just describe what you see. See a reaction off the level, and we just decided we want to turn back up again. So within this 30 bar window, we're at least retest 780, maybe 785, these prior highs. Now, we're not rolling over. It says, I want more time up. I want to retest these things, these immediate levels. And that's where you are. And then finally, the others, which is really almost could be a pseudo T-coin index, probably should come up with like the top 300 or minus the top 100. Others this is the one we want to see. We want this to move more than any of them because that means all of your favorite degenerate crypto are going to run. So if you're not looking at total 3, it takes out the top 10. Okay, you want to see this move. You want it above 300 billion, and I mean now. Get above 306 so we set ourselves free. I would say it's a lot like the Ethereum situation. Big thrust up. Okay, you're at a B point right there at a 707. Perfect. Come all the way down here, almost perfect 50. Create the W, connect the dots. A 707 should take you up price discovery to a 141. The 707 is the reciprocal of the 141. Okay, if you're not aware of those ratios, go over to harmonictrader.com. Go to the basic members page and check out check out all of those ratios that make what is, what movements are harmonic. Look at the stream of ratios here. Where'd it go? And I'll come back to that. I'll go find this in a second. And I'll bring this back over on the other page. But that's how to look at this. But what I'm trying to put together are the pieces that would explain why we start the move again. We're looking for that big resumption of what started back in October. And we got a lot of the things that we needed to see with the weekly continuation signals in HSI that started back in May. Here's the ratios. Here you go. Nice. This is in volume 1, page 45. So we're looking for those C-point reciprocals, and then they lead to the corresponding extension, 707,141, like that. Check out that. It's all of that information is free on the basic members page. If you have any questions, reach out. Let's jump to the stocks. Come on. Here we go. Let's get to MicroStrategy and Riot Blockchain and the rest of them. Here's Riot. Okay, right at 986. Not really up that much this week, but you're right there. Like a lot of those crypto not doing anything. You're sitting in zones. Yeah, anything under 10, 9 or 10, and your last trigger on HSI was 840. The 4-hour time frame has patterns here. There you go. It's a type 2 now. It's been a type 2 off of that crab for a while. Once Bitcoin starts to break out above 75K, they're going to flood into these. And MicroStrategy is definitely leading. It's impressive. The big deal on the 4-hour here, another counter HSI. This is important. This is also helps to kind of clarify the internal action of, is money flowing into this sector? Because if it's going to flow into Bitcoin, it's going to flow into MicroStrategy. And we have a counter dot, beautiful shark on the 4-hour, but just a reaction. Remember what I was saying earlier. What's our expectation on the type 1s? Some nominal action, price action, reaction. As you're positioning yourself on the initial, on the initial test for that reaction opportunity there, and then there's a perfect dot, 1677, just ideal. But then we get to, paint your 30-bar window like this. Tell me what's happening within these 30 bars, because we're almost there. We'll be 30 bars next week, and we've triggered a return move. So I'm saying MicroStrategy, it wants to go back now. It's already kissing the terminal bar. It's going to make a run for the 113 or higher. And the hop level, 1938, has always been the target, the January target. It's a cycle 886. Where's the daily? Daily's like this, daily, weekly. Doesn't really matter. Even on the daily, look at that beautiful thing. Right at 1200. Now 1600. But here's the 886. Okay? That's what you're triggered for. That's 1900. Stay with it. Doesn't change. And then same with Coinbase. Coinbase just kind of been hanging up there. Basically around 200. We started looking at 215, but I'm comfortable anywhere 200. You're now 244. Yeah, look, that 215 was that dot right there. So this is certainly the start of the next move. I mentioned this last time. Look, you're looking for basing situations like you were at 120, now at 215. And look, downtrend. Okay, violated, taken out. Let's go. Let's go. Come on down. Let me remove this here. So good stuff. I like what's shaping up here. It's going to take time, but I think once we get to the 21st of June, we should expect things to start to intensify. That's coin. That's MicroStrategy. How about a couple of others? Yeah, some of those AI. You got one. I didn't look at Tau, Bit and Soar. I know that's a popular one. There's Tau. Weekly or daily HSI. And we'll come back on this on Thursday. I think there's a zillion crypto we looked at. Yeah, the 4 hour on Tau. I like that. 373 is your XA level. That's got potential. We'll come back on Thursday with the more crypto. We got to jump to the Qs. What's going on here? Because that shakeout, I told you guys last week, I was looking for this thing to continue higher, and it did this shakeout move. There's HSI on the Qs on the 4 hour, right around 447. I thought like we'd really start to launch off that 445. Here, it's this hop level. Mentioned this last time. Okay, watch this range. This is everything. Everything. Why? There's nothing above 460, and I'll continue to go with that. It's the all-time 1618, and that's the objective for the year, or at least into January. It looks like that 1618 is 50, 505, 508. So that's what you're waiting on. Breakout and then run free. The daily is, man, it's surprising how this thing has been contained. HSI up there. I do think we'll check that back. And what happened? So check it out. What have we been talking about forever, especially with crypto? We're looking for this 50 retest, which it did. I guess that was Friday. And then HSI, you got to watch that. It's not hitting yet. Not hitting yet. So I'm not quite there for the launch phase yet. Really close. I mean, I think we were hitting this last week on the daily, and then it popped up. I think we were hitting it, and I thought we were going to do the inflection starting Monday. It might be a few more days. I'm not really happy about that situation, but we'll get the trigger, and we'll go on the trigger. Yes, Prez, DXY is done. I talked about that last time. I just think we're going to have to be patient with this chop and even look at look what they did this morning. Nasdaq futures. Nasdaq futures almost down there. Okay, and 5-minute chart looks like this. Let's get where's the regular trading session? There you go. They've been trying to sell this down hard. This is regular hours. Really not a lot. I mean, that's just tough trading range here. I think we'll break to the upside eventually, but here we are. You know, you're going sideways in that tight range all day. You know, I think we'll get above that 460, 470, 670, 18,670 level. It'll probably be on some kind of breakout. Probably tomorrow. You got some news coming up. That's how they've been doing it. You know, they just take it on the open. Be mindful of this. We have an hourly. I think this is really interesting is on the hourly chart is another reason why we might just be taking our time here. It's a bat pattern up here on the Nasdaq futures. So we have a dot right now, and we're retesting that dot. So what happens, I think, going into the close, if we don't continue here and we start to roll over like I'd say it this way: whichever 3-bar range you break will lead us into June and lead us to the end of the month. I think it's up. I think it's up. Maybe you wait a couple more days and go sideways, but you're retesting that dot right now. That's a big deal. All of that, the dot trigger is 18,620. You're there right now. I mean, that's exactly where we are. Anything in here that would confirm that as a potential short opportunity, I need a dot. I need something. And I'm using regular session hours of trading because the extended hours just they generate excessive signals. I want stuff that's during the session. I think it's going to be a truer signal itself. Where's the, sorry, hourly? Had an hourly with that. Yeah, this was the deal, hourly. This is what bounced last week. I think we talked about the bat here, but no retest. Why? Because look, HSI bullish. You see that? Wants a continuation, another bullish continuation. Keep an eye on those. I think there are, you know, you look at individual cases, like look at NVIDIA. I mean, this is 1150 right now. Okay, they threw it down. What, it was 1,060 at the low, 1,070 at the low, and run it right back. So that's not going to stop. You know, NVIDIA is going to go through probably more 10% corrections on the way up, but check out what it triggered. And this is another ancillary reason why I'm bullish. This is your number one asset in the tech sector now. It's probably, you know, of the top 5 things to be holding, it's probably number 2 or 3. But ever since that trigger, we talked about that weeks ago, it's been straight up into the air. You're at a 2.0 now. We were assuming a 1618 extension. And this is exactly how we treat blowouts. We've defined a number of situations, and our take is that these are going to 1618s. But what if they hit the 1618 and blow through it? You just bump your extension ratios up. What's the next level? 2.0, 1902. That's really where you are now, but the possibility for that to be like 2618 extreme territory is likely, especially if you just do a March week over week climb, higher lows, higher highs. 314. And we've done this before. We were doing this at NVIDIA at 300. Now it's 1,000. I think 14.4. Not a crazy number. Couple more. What's going on with Bitcoin? Bitcoin up. You have my attention. Bitcoin above 71. Love it. Love it. We're going to know. Look at that. That's beautiful stuff. That's a daily chart too. Look, 30 days. Tell me what it's doing 30 days later. Pause, continuation. Pause, continuation over and over again. Couple more. Here's some things. You know I want to feed you guys new opportunities, always get you looking at things you might not be staring at. I mentioned this last week, VeriSign. Shout out to Mitch, man. I don't know if you've seen this, but for your crew too. Perfect. 168, right on the dime. And VeriSign is one of those high flyers. It's due. And check out the weekly. Where's the, I had a big Gartley here. I don't know why it's not there. I like this though. Probably early, but you know, come on back. Watch this weekly. Dare I say that's probably the low, confirming what happened in 2022. That's a big one. There's a few of these like that. You know, yesterday we talked about semiconductors in my group, and I think I'm going to have to expand the semiconductor search. One, making the SMH a regular addition and feature, because this long-term uptrend is not going to stop. and pretty much want to go on these daily HSIs, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Haven't had one in a while. We'll get another, but SMH is just, it's the place to be for tech for the, next 3 years, 5 years, without a doubt. We looked at a few of those, Greg. I'll look at your cores, CORZ. Didn't you say that was up like 20% today? Yeah, there you go. Core Scientific. Yeah, I can't chase that, but look, there was some shark pattern right at $3. All right, what hasn't moved though? Iron's moving, and it's a shark. We need stuff that's down here. You know, like Riot. Riot's a perfect example of something that has yet to move. Something like that, I need to wait for a pullback on it. Broadcom. Yeah, Broadcom's look, it's a daily or 4 hour oversold again. And Broadcom is another one in the semis where we just want to buy every HSI dot there and there and there. We're almost going to pivot. I would say, look how deep oversold we are. This is why HSI is extremely effective, in my opinion, and better than RSI. We get more concrete signals, and it goes from extreme to extreme. The key is to wait for that to come out of the zone. Where's my... There you go. So I'll wait for this, and there might be a couple more days, but come on out, and it would be the continuation of that area. And I think it's probably around 1260, 1270. But once that does, get ready to rip. I like a lot of these. I mean, really long-term runner, trend continuation, don't stop. What's up, Ken? CXAI. Has that done anything? Well, now it does. Nice one, Ken. Massive bat pattern. Okay. What are you going to do with these low floaters? And that's what this is. This is a crypto style T-coin play. Love it. XA level 236. No confirmation. Are we oversold? No. Not on the daily. That's a shame. Daily amplified is. It just completed. What about a 4 hour pattern? All right, 4 hours, okay. I would expect that to come back, but it's absolutely a great opportunity. The key is once that completes, now we're honing in on this range. Remember what I said about ranges? It's not one price. It's about the range. What's it doing from terminal to XA? 30 bars later. We are 10 bars, 8 bars into this. So far, so good. Couple more. Hold on. One sec. There you go. Okay. Hey, Victoria, I love the home builders. No, I don't think it's too late. I think that's another area everyone should be considering. And I talked about this last week. We want to be participating in the trending opportunities. Toll Brothers, it's one of the first stocks I ever bought. I'll show you the chart. Probably went through 3 housing crises, didn't hold it, but I think it was one of the first ones I bought. It was like gonna date myself, 1993, 94. I bought this, and I think it's a lesson. 4 hour chart. Okay, let's wait for it to pull back. But here's the daily. And let's talk about current day opportunities. You know, a hell of a trend. Off the September low, you're tripled off the low. A couple of dots, bearish topside. So yeah, let it come in, but this is not going to stop. That's a weekly, by the way. Oof. All right, who wants to go back to 1993? We need the monthly to do that. God. And this is a thought, okay? 1993. Oh my God. You have to go back here. Split adjusted. Where were we? 93, 94. It was $3 a share. So I probably had, I probably had I don't know, split adjusted 100 shares or more. But well, no, it's not split adjusted. Pre-split it like 100 shares. Doesn't matter. Okay. Buy and hold forever? Maybe. For you younger kids, I'm going to recommend that you think about that. You think about a lot of these companies, take a chunk of your money, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, identify some long-term trending stocks and take part of your position and look to buy and hold. Like NVIDIA, buy and hold. Buy and hold and ride it. Home builders, that's a heck of a move. I don't know if it's ready for a long-term entry yet. Johnson & Johnson, perfect example of something like that. But the home builders, look, this is a trend that's not stopping. I'd probably look for a check back around a 111. Give me a yellow dot and ride it. Some of those others that are, you got Beazer Homes, you got BZH, you got Beazer, Daily. Beazer had a pattern here, though. Beazer is a bat right here at 26. A couple bats and sharks, 26. But I like them, and I do think those kind of trending situations on pullbacks are what you take advantage of. What's up, Cactus Leo? I posted Monster Beverage in the group this morning saying that it's time. It's a T2. Dots all over the place. Here you go. There, right here. 50.98. Right there, you get a HSI. And Monster is another long-term, because why? Monster Beverage is one of the best performing stocks of the last 20 years. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Split adjusted down here. Even there was $1, goes to 50. That's the kind of thing. Listen, you younger kids, you want to be thinking about this in terms of the stock market. Some of your positions are just going to have to marinate for years. But this is also why we look for breakouts, long-term trends, pullbacks within long-term trends. That's a Monster. Doesn't look like much on the monthly, but daily sets up ideal. T2, HSI, and the thought is that eventually, this continues to new highs and beyond. It's going to take time. You could be in there for a while, like Johnson & Johnson. Big patterns in this 143 level. In fact, T2 there. And go to the weekly. Weekly has a dot. I thought there was a pattern here too. Right around 145. Listen, every bullish dot within this uptrend has yielded a nice move there and there. Weekly dots, even if they're short-term moves over a few months, you get follow through there and there. So pick your spots, line them up. But J&J is just another one where it just long-term continues. That doesn't stop. And I say this one too. I'm trying to highlight. Here's a couple of gimmies for you guys. Costco is another one. Look at that, 824 all-time new highs. All-time new highs. I remember people talking about this down here, like I said, mid-90s when we started getting into the market. Oh yeah, Costco, new store, stock's raging. Now look at it, 800. 100x off in 20 years. Nice. It's at a 2.0. Go to a 314. Costco is a $1,000 creature, easy. And these are the ones you want to look at. Also, weekly dot just happened at 700, and now follow through continues. Again, Walmart. We talked about this in our monthly. We talked monthly harmonic patterns last time. Oof. There's Walmart ripping it daily, just all-time new highs. But look at what preceded it. Okay, right here. Yellow dot. Another yellow dot. This is the thought process. What's the problem with it? We're all so distracted in our lives that it takes a hell of a lot to stay on top of this market and be here for those kind of signals, or be here. I always say you have to trade the market. You have to be ready to trade the market when it's ready to be traded. It's ready to be traded with continuation signals like that. But maybe you're out on vacation, or you're taking your kids to school, or you're messing with a whole bunch of other things, and then you come back to the market a couple weeks late and you miss the opportunity. That is the trick. That's what we're all trying to do here. If it's on a 5-minute level or a weekly, monthly level, trying to position ourselves at the time it's ready to go. Important tips. Biden's about to mumble. He's late, feeling toppy. What's up, Delav? Remote Sook. I probably butchered your name, but I don't care who's president, guys. I really don't. Of course, I've got my preferences on how things should go, but ultimately, and almost unanimously, I believe societal order comes from the financial markets. So if you can maintain the financial markets, and we can all have this kind of opportunity, let's go. And whoever is going to run the clown show is going to run it. I hate to say that, and I shared this with you guys. I haven't voted previously, but I haven't voted since 1996, and I don't think I'll ever vote again. I have my reasons. I think a lot of people give me shit for not not voting. Oh, you should vote. You can't complain. I don't complain unless you're going to come at the markets, some unrealized tax thing on unrealized gains. But we should all be just focusing on chart strategy and thinking about our own financial plan of how to put ourselves ahead while the rest of masses fall behind. I mean, that's just how it's been designed to go. But that's why we do what we do. Let me circle back here. Look, Nasdaq, let's go to NQ really quick. Futures. Come on, futures. Futures are bouncing back. We're right at that level again. And check this out. We checked it back. We haven't. Did we get where's the dot? Did we check that back? We're checking back now. Still no dot. I think, look, we're going to bust this range, and I'm looking for a summer rally to begin. Here's the thing that I wanted to show. This 4-hour pattern on Nasdaq. Okay. We're here with a few things. That was a big shakeout, but if we don't roll over and retest 263 and we decide to go straight to 724 and beyond, this is probably not going to come back. So I'll be looking for, say, 5-minute triggers. I haven't had a single 5-minute trigger today, just to let you know. There's extended. Where's my real time? Regular trading hours. I haven't had a single trigger today. There's regular trading. So yesterday caught that one. That was okay, but don't have much. Looks like we want to go higher now. There you go. But I didn't have a single trigger today on the 30-second chart just for today. Looks like this had some patterns earlier, but it's been super chop. So as I said, I've been clearing out since then. You had all the way down here, 18.6, now 18.673. But I want the 5-minute patterns with the 30-second. So we'll have to see. Above 677, you're there now as a hop level on a 30-second chart. Maybe we get going. I do think by Thursday, though, we should be set free. We should be more like running at 19K with, don't forget, above 20K is the objective here. We're looking for 1618s. I mean now. In the same way that we had a 1618 off of that shark from November, okay, that's what we want to look for. I'll come back to this Tuesday. All right, that's what I have for today, folks. I appreciate it. You guys, come on back Thursday. We're going to talk more strategy. I'll share some more insights and longer term things I think everyone should be considering, because we are at a critical point within the decade that if we follow through second half of the decade like a historic precedent, we should see this larger market really start to go. Until then, I'll catch you guys. Have a great one. As always, go get them. If you have any questions,